Hey friends, welcome back to DIYs with Sonja, where we transform everyday items into beautiful high-end decor inspired by stores like Pottery Barn, Olive Ateliers, Crate and Barrel, and so much more, but on a budget. If you're new here, I'm Sonja. I share seasonal DIYs, home decorating ideas, and furniture flips that look luxe without breaking the bank. And today's video is packed with cozy, elegant fall DIYs that I think you're really going to love. From Pottery Barn inspired vases to Crate and Barrel style candles and even a $3,000 patio table makeover, we're doing it all affordably and beautifully. So grab a warm drink, get cozy, and let's jump into these high-end fall look for less. And if you enjoy budget-friendly decor DIYs that don't look cheap, make sure to tap subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. We're kicking things off today with a thrifted glass vase I picked up a few weeks ago for $7.99. I've noticed even thrift store prices are creeping up lately, but I've had this DIY in mind for a while. Pottery Barn has several stunning blue and white vases, and I wanted to try my hand at recreating the look. I'm starting with Dixie Belle's chalk paint in cotton, a lovely soft white. Chalk paint gives great coverage on glass, and I'm using my best dang brush to apply it. It glides on beautifully. This needed 2 coats, letting each dry fully before applying the next. Once dry, I use Dixie Belle's Cobalt Blue chalk paint and a stencil from Bells and Whistles line. I believe the pattern is called Filigree, but I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. There are 2 stencil designs in the set, and I went with the more floral one. I did cut the stencil in half to better fit the vase shape, although in hindsight, smaller pieces might have been even easier. Placing the stencil was a bit tricky, just figuring out where I wanted it, how I wanted it to look, and making sure that it aligns properly with all the curves in the vase. And use the paper towel to dab the blue paint into the design. You can definitely use a brush, but this method helped to get into all the little crevices. Now adding the stencil again to the top, it was again trying to figure out which way looked the best and how to place it. Whether I should use the same one or the other part that I cut off. This stencil is easily cleaned if you clean it right after you use it. So I was cleaning them and letting them dry. You also want to let your paint dry before applying more stencil just to avoid smudging. After doing two sets of stencil, I had a bit of an empty band, so I connected the pattern using a makeup brush, blending and adding little details to fill the space. I also added some small circles at the top inspired by the original Pottery Barn piece. I continued with stenciling process until all the areas that I wanted to be stenciled were covered. Once I was all done with a stencil, I went in with a thin brush and a little bit more of the cotton white paint just to fix up any smudges or any areas that were a little bit more heavier with the blue paint, and I wanted a little bit more white in there. Once the whole vase was complete, I sprayed it with clear wax, let it sit, and then buff it to a soft finish. And the result, a handmade looking piece that's full of character. I absolutely love the mix of light and dark blue and how much it pops. It's definitely a conversation starter. Next up, we're making one of those gorgeous wooden dough bowl candles that you see at Crate and Barrel and Pottery Barn and boutique shops. I thrifted this bowl for a couple of months ago for again $7.99, and I knew it would be perfect for this. This bowl did come from Crate and Barrel originally, but is no longer on their website. I also picked up 4 pounds of soya wax, flakes, and wooden wicks at Michael's with coupons, hoping that that would be enough. It wasn't quite, but it still turned out great. I wasn't quite sure what to use to melt the wax because I had such a large quantity, and it's best that you melt it all at once. So I decided to use my heavy duty stainless steel pot, and I'm happy to report that it washed beautifully right after. I had no residue left over. It cleaned quite well. While the wax was melting, I placed 3 wicks in a bowl. Once melted, I carefully pour the wax. Just be cautious, it's hot and it can splash. Now, honestly, I did not love the natural scent of this wax, so I added about 4 ounces of essential oils, eucalyptus, cinnamon, cedarwood, and orange, to create a cozy fall scent that could carry into the holidays. Ideally, you'd mix oils in the wax before pouring, but I just adjusted on the fly. Once the wax cooled, I trimmed the wicks and decided not to add more wax. The bowl still looked great, and next time I'll know to buy more flakes. This dupe cost me around $40, which is amazing considering similar candles sell for $100 to $150. It's simple, elegant, and makes the perfect centerpiece. Let me know in the comments if you want a full candle tutorial or a list of fall scent combos you can try. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far, and if you haven't pressed that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Okay, so this next one isn't strictly a fall DIY, but I had to share it because it turns out so good. I've had this outdoor table from Lowe's for years. It seats 8 and I love it, but the top was starting to show its age. Instead of replacing it, I decided to give it a makeover. I first started by cleaning it and I used Dixie Belle's White Lightning Cleaner. And then, once that was nice and clean, I primed it with the bonding boss, which helps paint stick to tricky surfaces essential for outdoor furniture. I used a small foam roller to apply the bonding boss. Once dry, I gave it one coat of chalk paint using my best staying brush, and that was all it needed for full coverage. I used Dixie Belle's chalk paint in Ecru, color Ecru. Then came the fun part, texture and warmth. I used Dixie Belle Van Dyke Brown Glaze, applying it in layers using few different brushes, a stippling brush, Big Daddy brush, and even a small broom style brush from the dollar store, as well as a hay brush from Home Depot. I worked in section, building texture, and make sure you're cleaning your brushes in between the strokes, and this gave a rich dimensional finish. I started with applying the glaze with the stippling brush, and then in straight even strokes I went with the Big Daddy brush, followed by the hay brush, the natural looking brush, and then the brush from the Dollar Tree for the smooth finish. I absolutely love this process. I think it's such a great way to add warmth and texture to any surface, or if you're looking for that grainy wood look. To seal it, I use gator hide, a waterproof top coat ideal for outdoor use. Applied with a blue sponge applicator, it left a smooth, durable finish. Now it looks like a high-end Pottery Barn table, which can cost up to $3,000, and mine was literally the cost of a little paint. Even Costco has similar ones that are around $1,000 or more. So don't toss your patio furniture just yet. See if a little paint can save it. I hope you enjoy these cozy fall DIYs and high-end dupes. Let me know which one was your favorite down in the comments. And don't forget, if you love high-end look for less, make sure to subscribe, tap the bell, and stick around for more fall decor ideas coming very soon. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today. I appreciate you all so very much. Until next time, happy creating.